Welcome to another episode of Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. I am your host, Lionel McDonald. How we get the sun shining on a Monday morning. So we're doing take two of this episode, but this one will come out much better than before. So we are going to talk about June sneakers, and after such an explosive month in the month of May, and we even had to do a midway recap of just how things were going. We had the white cements, we had mellow 12s, we had just so many different shoes happening in that month. It would be fun now to look at the month of June. Today's June 2nd when this episode will release. So we already had a couple shoes initially come out. There is a grade school Jordan 4 light lemon twist in grade school only. So men or women, don't get too excited. Women definitely can fit into this one. And then we have the Smart City KD18. It looks like a Terra Humara, but that's one of the shoes that's out so far in the month of June. But I think it's on many calendars, including Nice Kicks, which I use many times for reference. But the exciting shoe that's coming out, and this isn't it. This is just a Kobe 5, but the Kobe 5 Protro Indiana Fever. So Caitlin Clark, arguably the biggest star that we have in the WNBA. Now she is injured. She's been out for a couple games and she's supposed to be out for 2 weeks, but they're making an Indiana Fever Kobe 5 that's going to come out on June 30th later this month. So pretty exciting for that one to hit the horizon. If you see the Kobe 5 here right now, unbelievable traction. I only think the Kobe 6 is better. I think this one is a little stiffer and supportive. Personally, I like how this fits versus a Kobe 5, but I also like the traction. So I'm kind of caught between the two of them on what's to come. So Caitlin Clark's not the only one that has something coming out this month. So June 4th, we have the Angel Reese Reebok Engine A PE, so special shoe player edition just for her, called Pretty Gritty. Pink is the primary color in this one, so that should be a huge success for those that like Reebok. Now, obviously, Reebok is supporting a lot of things that are happening in Israel. Not everyone is going to agree with that, including myself. I'm not really wearing any Reebok product right now, but neither here nor there. This is for the culture and to share what is available. You can make your own decisions on what you want to do. Next up, June 6th, we have the Air Max 95, the Bright Mandarin. Air Max 95 is arguably my favorite running silhouette and definitely my favorite Air Max. This is a must cop for many people. So looking forward to that as we've got the women's pink one and obviously the OG one. Now that one has already been announced that in 2026, like I already said on several episodes back, I think it was the beginning of the April one, that this one is going to retro again. And I think on episode 200, which I had many of my good friends on, Thomas and Philly and Michael and Karen, as we celebrated 200 episodes, I said that this shoe is going to come back out in 2026, just like it did 30 years ago. So that is coming back, the OG color, big bubble. So stay tuned for that. Another Omni Zone 2 from Reebok, but this is the French Open one. So if you love that shoe, I personally do, although I'm kind of caught in the crosshairs right now with what's happening with Reebok. I don't know if I'll be wearing this one or I'd be even interested in wearing it, even if it was given to me for free, but neither here nor there. That one launches also on June 6th. On June 6th as well, though not on my calendar, you know how much I love the Air Max Uptempo 95. We are getting the Bulls colorway, white, black, red. This is the one made famous by Scottie Pippen. That comes out also on June 6th in many retailers. Some may have already got it already. It's launching here in Toronto. I know Kith and some other retailers have it. So that launches June 2nd. June 7th, we have the Jordan 11 Igloo in the women's colorway. Beautiful silhouette for the summertime. And then we have the Amamir Jordan 5 white and violet. That's another hot one. Also, Fear of God has a couple shoes in collaboration with Adidas. So we got the high and the low, ash pink, I believe it is. So stay tuned for that. Haley Wilson's collaborating with Nike on an SB Dunk Low. Don't have an image. June 12th, we have the Flightposite sale. So, hey, Flightposite takes me back to my Allen Houston days of 1999 and even into the 2000s. Triple black, the bronzer chrome one, or copper one is the one that's out there, that many people like, but we're getting the sale one. It looks dope. I love hooping. I feel like I just shoot like Allen Houston anytime I had it on. So June 12th is that one. June 13th, we've gotten a little crazy with all the foam posits as of late. Some have hit, obviously, like the Galaxy, obviously like the Royal, but hey, we get the whiteout. So we'll see what people think about this. That launches June 13th. We got the NRG Scratch New York versus New York. Jaw 2, Jaw 1, I think, was better, at least the hype was, but this guy's just a knucklehead with all of the stuff that he does in his world, waving guns, and kids look up to him. So Jaw is not one of my favorite players, but his shoe does launch June 13th. I'm just keeping it 100. Then we get into maybe the most anticipated one for the month. This is my old pair from like 2014, Jordan 14 Ferrari. This, I haven't worn these that many times, but Jordan 14 is one of my favorite pairs. Beautiful plush leather. I think when I looked at it yesterday, it didn't look as red, but it's hella red right now. Let's say what it is. It is looking fire. So June 14th, that's my old boy. Shout out Michael Katsopoulos. Rest in peace, my brother. Geez, it's almost 30 years since you passed away. It literally actually is. And you'd be 51. Your birthday is not more than 3 weeks away from mine. But salute. June 14th, that's when this banger comes out. Then we get the Jordan 1 women's wash teal. Jordan 1s are hot right now. That's on the 18th. And then we get the other banger for the month. Woo-wee, yes, sir. Jordan 5 Grapes coming back after like a 10-year hiatus. This is coming out on June 21st. So the 14th is the day before Father's Day. The 21st is the weekend after. Grapes. Mine are still crispy, with other than this one little mark, which I have to clean up after this podcast. But this is one you got to call. People say they need the Ferrari 14. People didn't want it years ago. People want this and the Ferrari. So I think top 3 shoes for this month: Grapes, Ferrari, and then Indiana Fever Pro 5. So other than that, the only other one we really got is a Dame 10 Burst. There's not much from New Balance. Again, a couple sprinkles. So after the heavy hitters that happened in the month of May, and again, we talked about the Ravens. Even the Ravens Diamond Turf snuck in at the end of the month. We had another color of the Diamond Turf cleats. But then, we had Kobe's that launched on my birthday. So we had so much heat. Again, Mellow 12s, the new KD 18 DMV, Love Letter to Connie, Diamond Turf 96, LeBron 21. It got pushed. Some people actually got it before that date came out. Prime 93. So then obviously Asia Wilson. Shout out to Asia. Got my Asia Wilson shirt. We got the pink aura that already dropped. And then we got that blue one, which is absolutely crazy. I didn't think it came in extended sizes, so some of the guys did miss out. We also had obviously White Cement 4, Jordan 3 Rare, and I think people are sleeping on this one. This is available to some extent. People should have jumped on this one already, but have not. So there is some serious heat. Kobe, the month finished with the Kobe 6 Protro Dodgers, with there's some great apparel pieces that go along with it. So where May was crazy, and again, Indigo Girl, it was the color of the Asia one, but Asia really took over the month of May. I think it's arguably the best new silhouette we've seen all year. The story and the technology behind it is top tier. You haven't got a pair of Asias, and then we're gonna get Sabrina 3. I know that we're working on a shoe for hopefully a shoe for Kelsey Plum after like 3 years with Under Armour, and then obviously Caitlin Clark is destined to get her own shoe. And then we do all of these collaborations. The Shaq Gnosis came out earlier in May for Angel Reese. So there's so many good things on the women's side in basketball. But again, it was a heavy month in May. So from all of the Asia one A1 energy, we had a women's aluminum Jordan 4, which slapped. And then we definitely had a UNC reimagined. There's still a few pairs out there, but people wanted that one. And then we had the Mellow 12s. We had obviously the pinnacle of the month, the White Cement 4. And then we finished off with the Rare Air 3. Heavy month. So June not as heavy. I think as we start to look forward to July, and we always kind of like to say, what's coming in July? Well, July, we have the Rare Air 4. So this may be the one that finally people jump on board, because it's kind of been a mixed bag with this Rare Air pack. We have another Asia Wilson one in July. We have a Sabrina 3, finally, the Blueprint. Pure Money Jordan 3, which people say that is the must cop for the summer. We get the Steel 10 back in July. So there is some good stuff happening, and more will be released. Like I said already, Asia Wilson has one. She actually has 2 shoes that month. She's the Unapologetic. And then I think by the end of the month we get, or actually that's in August, the Sunshine. So some great things happening in sneakers. Save your pockets. Not some crazy stuff, but you look at these joints. These two, if you don't got them, you probably need to cop Ferrari 14. And for the masses, because not everyone's going to be able to pull off a red suede shoe, Grape 5. So some great things happening in the world of sneakers. This is Sneaks, Rhymes, and Life. We out. Peace.